Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of NXT, and we have ourselves a packed episode of NXT because tonight we are going to start off with the first two matches are going to be the finals of the breakout tournament. So we're going to start with the men's breakout tournament, and the next matchup after this will be the female breakout tournament. So we got Axiom taking on Tony D'Angelo, the Don of NXT. A lot of people didn't really believe that Axiom would even get this far, even get past the first round, but hey, making it all the way to the finals. And it's one of those things, ladies and gentlemen, that you love to see. A superstar, very underrated, not getting really too many opportunities necessarily, but this breakout tournament is certainly helping out Axiom, and Tony D'Angelo certainly getting help with this tournament as well. He's had some big matches, certainly with the likes of CM Punk and Chris Jericho. He's at least defeated Chris Jericho, but the CM Punk match, he came up a bit short, but certainly should have walked out victorious in that matchup. And the winner of this matchup does get a future NXT Championship matchup of their choosing. So, I mean, very well, it could be, he could choose, Tony D'Angelo could pick next week, the week before NXT TakeOver Halloween Havoc. I mean, he could maybe have a double match, pull it up at Halloween Havoc, or he could pull it up later down the line. It's totally up to the Don, Tony D'Angelo, if he were to win the matchup. Same with Axiom. If he were to win, he could pick up any time. And certainly you'd want to do it when Kenny Omega certainly, had a tough test, a tough matchup. I believe Halloween Havoc very well could be a perfect time because I believe Kenny Omega and MJF will literally tear the house down there at Halloween Havoc. Certainly going to be a great night for competition there at NXT TakeOver Halloween Havoc. But it looks like we are ready to start our men's TakeOver tournament here. Here we go. We are starting the NXT Men's Finals Breakout Tournament matchup here. The ever underrated Axiom taking on Tony D'Angelo, looking to make a name for himself as well. Like I mentioned, a little bit more action for him compared to Axiom, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that if you've had more matches, you are better necessarily. We'll see how it goes in this matchup, as Axiom and Tony D'Angelo are just going to have a feeling out process here, first couple minutes here. Back and forth we go. Oh, look at Tony D'Angelo showing the agility back and forth there. I think if I'm Tony D'Angelo, you got to focus on keeping Axiom down. Slow him down a little bit. So I believe it's one of those things, ladies and gentlemen, that, it's a typical, saying when you're facing off with a superstar that's like a cruiserweight, a luchador. You don't want them flying around the ring here doing high-risk maneuvers on you, because that's going to slow you down and get their pace going where they like it. As Tony D'Angelo trying to fire up this Orlando, Florida crowd here. As, big clothesline taken down. And now Axiom. Oh, look at this. Big time DDT spiking him on his head. Is Axiom going with an opportunity? But no. I thought there for a split second Axiom might be able to pull off the win as D'Angelo moves out of the way. Perfect reversal for Tony D'Angelo here, who is walking out with a future NXT Championship opportunity. Look at Tony D'Angelo. Look at the power, the strength, and no, he's gonna transform it into a swinging neck breaker there. Absolutely vicious. Axiom might be down and out, but D'Angelo, he feels like he needs to go high risk here. Is this going to come back to bite him? No, it will not. At least not at that moment. Frog splash. Is this enough? 2. No, Axiom kicks out at 2.5. Axiom is a fighter, ladies and gentlemen. At least you can tell from the matches that he's had here in NXT. Certainly a man that is never going to give up. As Tony D'Angelo, oh my goodness, dropping him right on his Adam's apple there. And the Don feeling pretty good about himself, but for the Don of NXT, you gotta stay on course right now. You cannot give Axiom just even a slight chance of hope in this matchup, or he could turn around on you and walk out with a victory. Oh, there you go, back and forth, Axiom now. Oh my goodness, you could hear that from the cheap seats. Look at this. Axiom, we've seen this before. Oh my goodness. What a maneuver from Axiom. Is that enough? Pinfall. 2. No, strong kick out there from Tony D'Angelo. That has helped Axiom win a match before. We've seen absolutely a thing of beauty. And now Axiom, high risk in the corner here. He's going to tell him to get up to his feet. I don't know if this would be the best idea, though. Axiom, big flying crossbody. A pivotal point in this matchup. Things are breaking down. Both men know how big this matchup is. This is all for a future NXT Championship matchup of their choosing. And maybe very well they could pick it out tonight in the main event. We know Kenny Omega is in a champion versus champion non-title matchup as Kenny Omega, the NXT champion, takes on the United Kingdom champion Rusev. In your massive main event tonight is now Axiom setting up something for Tony D'Angelo. Oh my goodness, what a maneuver there from Axiom. Why not? And it kind of looks like a maneuver that Tony D'Angelo pulls out of his pocket. And now Axiom going to look to put the final touches of this match here. Oh, goodness. Especially to the middle of that back. That will certainly help out his cause. Pinfall opportunity. Is this it? 2. No, D'Angelo with another strong kick out. What else does Axiom have to do? Tony's fighting like hell, man. And now Axiom getting up to his feet. What is he thinking? This high-risk maneuver, will it come back to bite him? No, it will not. Flying crossbody, turning Tony D'Angelo inside out. And ladies and gentlemen, like I mentioned tonight, it is a great night. We have so much action, and we'll talk about a little bit more here as now Axiom running through. Oh, he missed a drop kick at Tony D'Angelo. Perfect reversal from the Don. And now Tony has him up and the release suplex. We've seen those maneuvers on so many superstars over the years. Absolutely a brutal maneuver, not something that you normally want to be taking too much of. And now Tony D'Angelo from behind, looking to put the final touches of this matchup. Now, we saw that earlier from Axiom to Tony, and now Tony finishes him with that maneuver. So Tony D'Angelo has won the NXT Breakout Tournament. And it is official, ladies and gentlemen. Tony D'Angelo will get a NXT Championship opportunity anytime of his choosing. But the Don has to be very, very careful on when he chooses it. It'll be very smart. And I believe Tony will sit down and talk to it with the rest of his family and make sure when the right time is. But congratulations to Tony D'Angelo. Axiom, one hell of an effort, though, tonight. Certainly very close to walking out with a victory tonight, live here on NXT. Now from one breakout tournament to the other, a little bit difference in this breakout tournament is the winner of this matchup will be facing Cora Jade live at the NXT TakeOver Halloween Havoc pay-per-view. Zoey Stark, a former NXT Women's Tag Team Champion with Nikita Lyons, and Cora Jade is a 2-time NXT Women's Champion that Zoey Stark is hoping to get to, but she has to go through Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton, so far so good here in her early career here in NXT. So far undefeated, but tonight that undefeated streak goes on the line tonight as she takes on the ever-impressive Zoey Stark. And ever since being put in this tournament, I mean, Zoey Stark had to go through her own tag team partner in the first round to prove where she stands. As there is Tiffany Stratton, ladies and gentlemen, looking to get herself that opportunity, and would love for it to be on the NXT TakeOver Halloween Havoc pay-per-view. But right now, she has to focus on Zoey Stark. Zoey Stark figuring herself out here, especially in singles. That competitor, she's worked well. I'm not going to say anything bad about her and Nikita Lyons, but those two women are more of a singles competitor type of duo. And we're seeing that branch out with Zoey Stark. We're seeing a lot more of that competitiveness where, you know, a little bit more aggressiveness in the terms of, hey, she can't be as aggressive in a tag team matchup because you got to rely on a partner. But we'll see how the undefeated streak of Tiffany Stratton fares against the ever-impressive Zoey Stark tonight. This is going to be a hard-hitting matchup for sure. And these women know right now it's all about getting an opportunity to not only win, as the referee rings the bell, but to head to Takeover with a massive opportunity, because this would be both women's first ever opportunity at the NXT Women's Championship. As now Zoey Stark just wrenching in right now on the abdominal area right now, just trying to stretch out Tiffany, and certainly that might come back to help Zoey Stark later on in this matchup if she continues to work on the midsection, the back, anything like that. As now Stark, oh, big forearm strike there. Look at Zoey Stark trying to get this Orlando, Florida crowd behind her. They certainly know how Tiffany doesn't care about them. As look at that. Almost like a karate kick to the back of the neck / back area. And this is where Zoey Stark she's got to try and figure out what she should do right now. Does she want to be aggressive? Does she want to? Oh, well, there you go. Going to keep Tiffany Stratton out as much as she can. I don't blame Zoey. But you don't want Tiffany Stratton playing mind games or anything like that, because that's going to start going in the favor of Tiffany, and Tiffany would go on to, you know, might be able to capitalize and get herself the momentum she needs to win this matchup. As you can tell, she's being overly confident right now. As though you start realizing she needs to get herself back in the ring. It would be a shame to have the finals of this tournament matchup go out in a count out. You want to have both women just go put it all on the line, certainly with this big time matchup. It starts with a big time kick to the midsection, a big kick to the face. Tiffany Stratton might not even know where the heck she's at now. And now Zoey. Wait, no. Oh, Tiffany. Now, big kick to the head. Now Tiffany, she can get something going. It's been a good back and forth matchup early on here. Don't really know who might be able to walk out, but that springboard swanton bomb, that certainly couldn't be it. But no, Stark able to kick out. That's what won Tiffany Stratton her matchup last week, and we'll see if Tiffany, it's like a Tiffany, beautiful moonsault there. Is that it? 2, 3, yes it is. Tiffany Stratton and Zoey Stark, they were back and forth there late, but Tiffany Stratton with that swanton bomb and then that beautiful moonsault from Tiffany Stratton gets the job done tonight. And now it is official, ladies and gentlemen, at Halloween Havoc. It is going to be Tiffany Stratton versus Cora Jade for the NXT Women's Championship. That matchup is bound to steal the show. Man, my back is killing me. But that victory feels so much sweeter. And talk about that victory in my future NXT Championship matchup. There's so many things going on in my head right now that myself and the rest of the family really got to take in consideration with just how big this moment is for myself. Even though I'm not going to tell you guys when I'm going to use my opportunity, there is one thing I can tell you, and that is we are one step away from officially getting to where I want to see NXT back. Not focusing on free agents and focusing on the actual future of the bright young superstars that we have here in NXT. And when I get my opportunity and I cash it in correctly, you're seeing me as your new NXT champion. Big words there from Tony D'Angelo, ladies and gentlemen, the man that won the men's breakout tournament. And we also have to say congratulations to Tiffany Stratton with the win over Zoey Stark to win the women's NXT Women's Breakout Tournament. But now we focus on a matchup that is going to be very pivotal. And see what this matchup is going to do is if Ali defeats Samoa Joe, Ali will get his opportunity at the NXT North American Championship live at NXT TakeOver Halloween Havoc. If Samoa Joe defeats Mustafa Ali, then Ali will not get a match at NXT TakeOver. We saw last week after Mustafa Ali was in action after he defeated Joe Gacy, we saw Christian come out to reveal it was going to be Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe just beat the living crap out of Ali in the center of this ring, even busted him wide open with a steel chair, or not a steel chair, but steel steps, pardon me, and he literally just laid him out. It just very physical, very bloody, and when you run into a man like Samoa Joe, that is what you have to come to expect. And Ali might look perfectly fine right now, but certainly he's got to be bruised from head to toe. Certainly, hopefully he's not having any facial issues or whatever, because that steel step shot to the face, that steel step, ooh, right to the face, man. That is a bunch of weight to the face to bust him up that quickly too. It was just absolutely brutal. We'll see if Christian gets involved, because Christian is out here just to watch this very, very closely. And certainly would love for Samoa Joe to defeat Mustafa Ali, but you know, for Ali, this is opportunity. He's won back-to-back weeks. It started off with Baron Corbin, then Joe Gacy, and now you got Samoa Joe, and this is Mustafa Ali's moment. Perfect opportunity. And the thing is, the two superstars that Ali has beaten to even get this opportunity have been superstars bigger than him. And I think Ali's been fighting his whole career against superstars that most of the time are bigger and stronger than him, and you know, he's going to have to deal with it once more here. Referee rings the bell. Here we go. Oh my goodness, what a boot. This is going to be brutal, and I have a bad feeling this matchup may be very one-sided after that beatdown from Samoa Joe last week. And now look at Joe, just going to dissect the quad, that left knee as well. Certainly, like I mentioned, this may be a quick in and out, Coquita clutch, muscle buster. You know, maybe even take a count out victory at this point, honestly. And I expect a Christian that will get involved if it happens to go south from there. That chest is starting to get very red there for Mustafa Ali. And now, right on top of that top turnbuckle, or I should say that top rope, pardon me. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be starting to figure out who is going to be facing pretty deadly at Halloween Havoc. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a tag team matchup this week and next week, to where both of those tag teams will face off in just a couple weeks' time. And Samoa Joe with a suicide dive, but Mustafa Ali able to get out the way. And this week it's going to be the Young Bucks taking on the Diamond Mine. It's going to be a very hard-hitting matchup to determine who advances to 2 weeks, or yeah, it would be 2 weeks' time. And now this is where Ali does not want Samoa Joe getting any momentum outside here, because Samoa Joe very deadly when it comes to his strikes, and when it comes to just power bombs, all sorts of stuff. Ali's very lucky he didn't start doing that outside there, because certainly it could be match over, as now the hook of the leg, referee right there, but look at Ali, strong kick out at one. But how much did it take for that kick out there, ladies and gentlemen? As, wait a minute, gonna go for the Coquita clutch right there to Mustafa Ali. Will Ali have to tap out? Nowhere to go, ladies and gentlemen. Ali, center of the ring. He's just grasping for air right now. But look at Ali slipping out of it. And no, big elbows to the temple. Last ditch effort, you could pretty much say there. As look at that maneuver. Oh my goodness, it was almost like a famouser, like a springboard famouser from that rope. He didn't get all of it, but he got enough to take down Samoa Joe. As a vicious DDT from behind there. Ali, he's got to start firing himself up here. Get something going. That's nice. Ooh, I like that maneuver. Getting this matchup into a fast tempo match. Super kick takes down Samoa Joe. And a win for Ali. This would be one of his biggest in his career, certainly, with the accolades. So many accolades for Samoa Joe, man, on Raw and SmackDown. So certainly Ali with a win would certainly do himself favors as a big DDT to Samoa Joe here. You know, look at Christian. He's going to try to distract Ali as much as he can just to get in his personal bubble, just to get him to put his eyes briefly on Christian, just to really see how that goes for him. Ali and Samoa Joe need to start getting in the ring here. It would be a shame to have a count-out victory for Ali. I mean, it would certainly help out. Ooh, a vicious DDT to the back of the neck there. And now Ali, are we going to have ourselves a count-out here? We're at a 9. We may be seconds away. Ali. Mustafa Ali does it. He outsmarted Christian and outsmarted Samoa Joe right there. The DDT to the back of the neck right there in that concrete. Certainly not the best feeling. Did it in perfect time. Had plenty of time to rest up. And he gets the 10 count here just in a quick second. And wait a minute. Christian from behind. I'm prettier there from Christian. Laying waste to Mustafa Ali. And that now means Christian has to defend his NXT North American Championship against Mustafa Ali. This is bound to have just pissed off Christian. He said that one of these superstars, these younger talent, to step up to the plate, and he certainly is doing that. But Christian certainly was hoping these last couple weeks that these superstars would have at least done something to actually not even have to put himself in that position. But nope, they are right here in this position right now, where Christian now will have to defend his championship now at Halloween Havoc. Oh no, what is Christian doing? I'm surprised he wanted to do all this maneuvers here as just a absolutely brutal suplex there. Just a big haymaker there as well. And now Christian's just going to dissect his opponent now. He doesn't care what he has to do, but certainly laying waste to Mustafa Ali, certainly to make sure he's not going to be 100%. Another unprettier, laying out his competition. And the sick crowd here in Orlando, Florida, saying one more time, Ali doesn't deserve this. This is just absolutely horrendous. I know Ali up to his feet. He's going to try to fight back. But look at that. Just one step ahead of him was Christian. And another cheap shot. Come on, man. This is not something that you would want to see every day, ladies and gentlemen. You hate to see it in the first place. Now, what the hell is he doing now? Oh, no, not... Man, this guy's more aggressive. This is more I've seen in the last couple weeks in a very long time. Is Christian with a superplex through the damn table. And he's not done yet. Oh no, nothing prettier on the broken table. No! Damn it, Christian. Christian laying waste to Mustafa Ali. And I'm being told now Christian is requesting a microphone. Is this really what you wanted, Ali? Well, you sure as hell gotten it. You're looking at a man that has nothing left to prove to this industry, and I'm going to showcase it all at NXT TakeOver Halloween Havoc, and once again, I'm going to put down a young talent. And I want to make this matchup very, very special for our lovely NXT universe. So how about this, Ali? Since I'm already putting my NXT North American Championship on the line, how about you put your career on the line, your NXT career, your WWE career, all on the line at Halloween Havoc? If you don't put your WWE career on the line, then your NXT North American Championship match that you earned these last couple weeks goes away. So your decision needs to be the way I like, because if it's not, then you're not getting your match. So it's your decision, but you better pick the right one. I'll let you think about it. And now this is some tag team wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm really looking forward to, as you got the Young Bucks, the Elite, taking on Diamond Mine, who are former NXT Tag Team Champions. And the Elite said that they planned on becoming NXT Tag Team Champions. We've been away for a little bit of time, but back here after a little bit of a small hiatus, but we'll see how they fare. Last time we saw the Elite, at least in pay-per-view wise, we saw them defeating the Revival, and certainly they're going to have plenty of time to build up some more wins, and certainly defeating former NXT Tag Team Champions Julius and Brutus Creed of the Diamond Mine certainly will help out that, and the winner of this tag team will go on to 2 weeks time, where we'll have an official number one contenders matchup this week, being, like I mentioned, the Young Bucks versus the Diamond Mine. Very interesting to really see how this matchup goes, because, like I mentioned, just two tag teams that are going to be on top of their game, especially the Creed brothers. But, you know, when it came to the Creed brothers, certainly a little bit of a small losing streak, but I mean, it won't take much for them to really get back up, start working harder, and to kind of really get themselves back on the right side of the column. Anything is possible. We'll see how it's going to fare, though. But Brutus and Julius, they have that tag team expertise. They know what they got going on. And next week, ladies and gentlemen, this is a big-time triple threat NXT tag team matchup. It will be the Revival versus Veer and Mahal and the Undisputed Era. As the referee rings the bell, here we go. Big-time tag team matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you think will be advancing to the NXT in just 2 weeks' time? The Young Bucks, or will it be the Creed brothers? Certainly, this is the opportunity that the Young Bucks need. I would say, honestly, the Young Bucks need this win more than the Creed brothers. I'm not saying that the Creeds don't want to get back into, you know, title contention and whatnot, but the Young Bucks have something to prove. Yes, they were one of the best tag teams in all of the independent scene. Didn't matter where they went to. They were tag team champions multiple times. But when you come to WWE, where the best of the best is, certainly, you know, you definitely got to step up even more. And I'm not saying that there isn't more terrific tag teams on the independent scene that certainly, you know, we haven't seen here in WWE just yet. But certainly, I believe that, you know, this is the time for the Young Bucks to, hey, we're going to go through your tag team division here on NXT. This is the time to do it. I mean, you got Pretty Deadly, who are the NXT Tag Team Champions. They defeated the Blackpool Combat Club, that being Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley. And I honestly think, you know, that was good for Pretty Deadly. And we haven't really seen Pretty Deadly in action ever since winning the NXT Tag Team Championships. But, I mean, that's certainly not their fault. It's what Bret the Hitman Hart has decided. So certainly, you know, and I think with it being a little bit of a stretch in between all the pay-per-views and everything, I think certainly, you know, this is the perfect time to really, you know, figure it out. As, hold on a minute, this may not be too good here. Oh, kick to the midsection. Uh-oh. No, he's going to go for the power bomb on the apron. Oh my goodness. And whatever makes it worse too is it's the LED apron as well. He is not moving, ladies and gentlemen. Holy crap. That was absolutely brutal. Power bomb on the apron, and I would not be surprised if we did have a count-out victory there, because that was absolutely brutal. And I don't blame Julius for getting a tag to his brother Brutus. Now it's time for Brutus to bring that brute force here to the Young Bucks here. Brutus needs to start showing that brutal side, kind of maybe slow down the matchup so that, you know, Julius can recuperate and get himself, you know, to where this matchup, if it goes into the extra innings type of thing, you know, they'll be able to somehow survive this match. But certainly the tag team division is certainly pretty good here. You got a little bit of variety, a lot of veterans in this tag team division, especially when it comes to the Revival, former NXT tag team champions on Raw and SmackDown. So certainly the Revival knows how to get it done in NXT tag team division, or it doesn't really even matter what division it is. They bring out the best. A big super kick right to Brutus's face, but it seems like they're not going to go for the pinfall. They're going to connect it with another super kick. Why not? Pinfall opportunity here on Brutus. But looks like Brutus grabbing the bottom rope. Didn't even need to. His brother Julius right there to break it up. And this matchup might break down, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Young Bucks outside here. A little bit of a, almost like an anaconda vice of sorts, a little different variation of it. We got match breaking down all over the place as a belly-to-belly over the head suplex here from Brutus. And now Brutus, oh no, he's going up top. Will the big man live through this? Oh, almost like a cannonball right there to the temple of, I believe that's Nick Jackson there. I can't really tell, but a big strong kick out there. Actually, that's Matt Jackson, pardon me. Big clubbing blow. Now Julius trying to get back in his corner. And now this is that ground and pound game from the Creed brothers right now. Trying to do everything possible. And certainly the Creed brothers need to be aware of the super kick party that the Elite are so well known with. Big headbutt there from the big man Brutus. And if I'm Brutus, I stay on Matt Jackson right now. You gotta stay on him. It's a pivotal moment in this matchup. Looks like Julius marking his territory there. Both teams know how big this matchup is. Certainly would love to go to the go-home show of NXT and really figure out who is going on to face Pretty Deadly for that NXT Tag Team Championships. Oh my goodness. What a maneuver, turning Julius Creed inside out, and now high risk, high reward. Look at that beautiful maneuver there from the Young Bucks. Pinfall opportunity, but Brutus right there to break it up. And now this is where the Young Bucks gotta not get frustrated. I'm not saying they will, but you know, there's times where tag teams, well, they put the biggest maneuver in the way, and their tag team partner breaks it up or whatever, and they start getting frustrated. They start losing their goals in this matchup. So it's one of those things where, hey, you know, continue to focus on what you're doing right, adjust your game plan, and really go from there. As another strong kick out from both teams here. And still to come, ladies and gentlemen, especially coming up next, we are going to have ourselves a no holds barred matchup as Wardlow looks to decimate Cesaro. Cesaro, one of the members of Blackpool Combat Club. Wardlow turning on Cesaro a couple weeks ago. Unfortunately for Cesaro there. And Wardlow would go on to clarify why exactly he attacked Cesaro, saying, hey, that, you know, Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley, Cesaro, all of them are getting those opportunities, but Wardlow feels like he is being held down by those three. So he plans on taking out the Blackpool Combat Club and going from there, and especially at NXT TakeOver Halloween Havoc, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be a gauntlet matchup. All three members of the Blackpool Combat Club will be taking on Wardlow. But if Wardlow loses his first matchup, then, well, I guess you don't have to run the full gauntlet. But we'll see how Wardlow fares. I mean, tonight, it's going to be no holds barred matchup, but in a couple weeks' time, it's going to have to be where Wardlow has to put up or shut up. He says that he's the one that deserves opportunities. He should be the one in the breakout tournament. But Bret Hart believes that he would just dominate the tournament. That's what's coming from Wardlow's mouth, not Bret the Hitman Hart's mouth. But you know, it's absolutely crazy for Wardlow to do it. But I mean, I understand it. You know, Cesaro's getting opportunities. Bryan and John were definitely doing good as a tag team, certainly before losing the NXT Tag Team Championships. But, you know, it's it's one of those things where not all superstars are going to get opportunities. You got to fight and claw, train every single day to really, get your opportunities. There's a big super kick there, pinfall opportunity. Will this be enough? But no, big time breakup there from Brutus. Brutus bouncing off the ropes, but he did sure as heck bounced off that elbow there. And certainly Young Bucks are in control. Big super kick. Is that enough to put away Julius? Yes, it is. The Young Bucks advance to the go-home show of NXT, ladies and gentlemen. The Young Bucks will be in action, but the question is, who will they be facing? It's either going to be the Revival, the team of Veer Mahan and Jinder Mahal, or the Undisputed Era being Adam Cole and Adam Page. It'll be a tough matchup no matter what for the Young Bucks, but we'll see if they can get it done. Massive win for the Young Bucks tonight as we get ready for your no-holds-barred matchup. We are back once again, ladies and gentlemen, and now we are going to get brutal. As now here comes Cesaro, man that has won so many tag team championships in his career. He was the first one eliminated at Heatwave, unfortunately for himself, in that tournament, or I should say the NXT Championship matchup, the main event of Heatwave. And Cesaro and Wardlow, like we mentioned before, they were supposed to be in a tag team matchup against Pretty Deadly. It seemed like maybe we could be leaning towards maybe Cesaro and Wardlow maybe getting an opportunity if they were to win against Pretty Deadly, or maybe Moxley and Bryan would try and talk to Pretty Deadly and let them know, hey, we should get another opportunity. But we have not heard from Bryan and John as of late, especially after that brutal beating that Wardlow gave Cesaro. But time's going to tell here. And right now, Cesaro, he's out here by himself in this no-holds-barred matchup. This matchup is going to be off the charts. Brutal, blood, sweat, and tears. This man, Wardlow, ever so dominant. And we're going to see what he brings to the table. Quote-unquote, he believes that he should have been in the breakout tournament. And he believes that Cesaro, John Moxley, Bryan Danielson are keeping him down because he believes that Wardlow would, do a lot better, would be the one in the main event scene for the World Championship. Wardlow said that he's going to be taking out Blackpool Combat Club, and he plans on going for that NXT Championship. Now, it's if Wardlow can defeat Cesaro, who is, like I mentioned, multi-time former tag team champion. You got John Moxley, who is a former Intercontinental champion, former tag team champion. And then you got Bryan Danielson, former WWE champion, multi-time WWE champion. I mean, that man has done so much in his career. One of the best win-loss records of all time, especially there on SmackDown. So, I mean, that's a lot of accolades. I mean, I'm probably missing some more, but if you look at the list of accolades, certainly, if Wardlow can defeat those three men at Halloween Havoc, the stock in Wardlow is gonna be jumping, and I guarantee you, jumping. Certainly gonna be over topping a lot of superstars. As the referee rings the bell, here we go. Cesaro and Wardlow, no holds barred, ladies and gentlemen. Pinfall submission have to happen in the ring, but these guys can go all over this arena, beating the living crap out of each other. But as long as the pinfall or submission or the result has a pinfall or submission, literally right in the middle of this ring. Let's look at Wardlow with that release suplex. I mean, like we mentioned, Wardlow talked a big game, but this is where he has to start showing us, hey, maybe the Blackpool Combat Club did actually overlook you. They should have gotten you more opportunities. And no, look at that! Look at a plancha out of nowhere there from Wardlow. Absolutely a thing of beauty. And I literally think Wardlow certainly is definitely the future of this business. I'm not just saying that because this man could throw me around, but I'm just saying, like, he's got the look, he's got the physique, he's got the move set. Certainly a man that you do not want to take lightly, as Wardlow has him up for an F10 early on in this matchup. Imagine, is this going to be all she wrote? Oh my goodness, so close, 2.5. Wardlow cannot believe it. I mean, this, like we mentioned, this is a no-holds-barred matchup, but certainly they don't have to use any weapons. They can just be very brutal and try and out-wrestle each other as long as they get the result in the middle of the ring. But going back to Wardlow, ladies and gentlemen, this man, you know, he's a freak of nature. And you can tell. It's a big-time elbow right to the midsection there, right to the ribs there of Cesaro. And it's been one-sided from the get-go. And what a decapitating clothesline. I don't think Cesaro's moving after that, ladies and gentlemen. 2, 3. Holy smokes. For a no-holds-barred matchup, ladies and gentlemen, Wardlow just destroyed Cesaro. And look at that. What a clothesline. That's up there with the lariats and stuff, that clotheslines that you would see from JBL. Oh my God. Wardlow coming out here and utterly destroying Cesaro tonight. Man, that's honestly really shocking result we just had. But it is a result nonetheless. We are back, and now it is time for your co-main event of the evening. We have Piper Niven making her way down the ring, former NXT Women's Champion. And if you guys remember, at Heatwave, Piper Niven had 2 matches. So she would be teaming up with Sonya Deville to take on Toxic Attraction, the current NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. Toxic Attraction would walk out victorious. Sonya Deville, frustrated, took out her anger on her tag team partner Piper Niven, and Piper Niven was just so beat down she couldn't even really get involved in her own NXT Championship, which was next after that matchup. So it came down to Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade, and Cora Jade would walk out as a new NXT Women's Champion. So now we have Piper Niven taking on the current NXT Women's Champion, that being Cora Jade. And we all know, ladies and gentlemen, Cora Jade will be defending her NXT Women's Championship live at NXT Takeover Halloween Havoc against Tiffany Stratton. It is going to be a I mean, I would definitely say it's going to be a very underrated matchup. I mean, you have Cora Jade, 2-time NXT Women's Champion, and you're going to have Tiffany Stratton, where she has a undefeated streak, walking into that matchup. Something has to give. As this generation of Jade, once again, are we going to see having an actual long run with that NXT Women's Championship this time? Or will it be, unfortunately, will Tiffany Stratton walk out as the NXT Women's Champion? And when I say unfortunately, I mean, there's nothing wrong with her winning the championship, but, I mean, I guess it is what it is, I suppose. As the referee rings the bell, I mean, certainly Piper would have loved more time, but certainly she's going to have to be dealing with Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green for the time being. And we know at NXT TakeOver, Piper Niven takes on Sonya Deville one-on-one. We'll see if Piper can get her revenge. As the NXT Women's Champion taking it to Piper Niven at this moment. Pinfall. Big strong kick out at 2.5. And look at Cora Jade, a little frustrated there. She was hoping to put down Piper Niven as fast as she could. Ooh, look at that big kick to the face. Right now, the champion coming right out of this gate, very, very focused, and maybe Doudrop is still suffering from those injuries that she sustained at Heatwave. And I mean, I wouldn't blame her if she's not 100%. It's going to take some time after that vicious assault. Now Cora Jade. Oh, run into a clothesline. Oh, look at this. Oh, springboard takedown of the former champion. Cora Jade bringing her A game so far. That's what you'd love to see as a champion. Sometimes the champions you see here on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, they start having those things where, hey, I'm champion. I'm gonna lose sight of my goal as continue to win. Don't stop winning. You gotta continue to stay focused on the road of defending that championship. As now Cora Jade with that swinging DDT spiking Piper Niven right in the middle of that ring. And like we mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, this is your co-main event. Up next is your main event. It is champion versus champion. Kenny Omega, the NXT champion, taking on your United Kingdom champion, Rusev. As brutal DDT / elbow to the midsection there of Piper Niven. Cora Jade continuing on the onslaught, and Piper just cannot get anything going, ladies and gentlemen. Just very surprising. And if I'm Sonya, I gotta be loving this right now. I gotta be taking notes and say, hey, just be faster than Piper, because Piper just really can't get anything going. And as soon as I say that, Piper with that devastating clothesline. Let's see if she can capitalize on it. No, she can't. And look at that. The underhook DDT. Is that going to be enough to catch her off guard? No, Piper Niven stays in the matchup. Look at Cora Jade. She's like, no. There's got to be more to it. There's going to be more to put her away. As look at this. Almost like a sliced bread type of maneuver. And wait, Cora Jade not done. Piper Niven not moving. And look at Cora Jade with a cannonball right to the ribs. And that was just the cherry on top of the ice cream. That is it. Cora Jade coming out here and utterly dominating Piper Niven. I swear, Piper Niven may, like I mentioned, it wasn't the best time to come back. She should have just waited for TakeOver, but certainly she wanted to see where she was at, and I certainly believe she is nowhere close. As Cora Jade, your NXT Women's Champion, with a massive win, and she gets ready for her defense against Tiffany Stratton in just a couple weeks' time at Halloween Havoc. It is main event time here live in Orlando, Florida, as there is your United Kingdom champion, Rusev. He will be defending that championship against Sting in just a couple weeks' time at Halloween Havoc. And we know Sting has had plenty of, you could say, experience when it comes to Halloween Havoc there in WCW. So could you say Rusev is the underdog going into that matchup? A lot of people might be saying, hey, I believe that. I think Sting, might be able to take that championship away. Some others, not so much. They believe Rusev is on a streak right now. Ever since joining up with Christian with this partnership, they both have exceeded expectations and they've made themselves even better. The championship looks very good around the waist of Rusev. Calls himself the Redeemer. Certainly he has redeemed his career, like I mentioned, ever since partnering up with Christian. We saw Christian earlier on tonight. He was in the corner of Samoa Joe. We saw Ali win by a countout. A victory is a victory. Mustafa Ali outsmarted not only Christian, but outsmarted Samoa Joe. Nobody thought Ali was going to walk out victorious. Well, he did, and he won via a countout. So now Christian has to defend his championship against Ali, and Christian made Ali pay by absolutely destroying him. And we even saw, ladies and gentlemen, Christian saying, hey, if I'm putting my NXT North American Championship on the line, you're putting your WWE career on the line. And ladies and gentlemen, I can confirm to you this now. Bret the Hitman Hart has confirmed it. I'm being told Bret has talked to Ali backstage. Ali has accepted it. So it is officially confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. The NXT North American Championship is going to be career versus title. If Christian wins, Ali will no longer have a WWE career. If Ali wins, he will become the NXT North American Champion. So much going into that, as here is Kenny Omega, ladies and gentlemen, who will be defending his NXT Championship against MJF in just a total time of 3 weeks. This week and 2 more weeks after that, but certainly it is going to be a heck of a matchup. Certainly going to be a big-time main event, man. I'm really looking forward to it. Omega versus MJF. Certainly a lot of big-time matches for you guys for Halloween Havoc. Referee ringing the bell. Here we go. Champion versus champion. Let's see who the better champion is tonight. And certainly whoever wins, you know, maybe it just means that they're the better champion this night. Doesn't mean over the whole roster, but, you know, certainly it's take it how it is with Rusev and Kenny Omega. And one thing to bring up for sure, MJF has already defeated Kenny Omega once, and we'll see if, you know, that's going to come into play where MJF knows the weaknesses, at least most of the weaknesses, in Kenny Omega's game. Besides that, Kenny Omega has done quite well in the terms of singles matches, tag team matches, elimination chamber matches. You know, certainly has done quite well for himself. But we'll see how he does against the Redeemer, Rusev. And also, Kenny Omega has to deal now with Tony D'Angelo, ladies and gentlemen. This man winning the men's NXT breakout tournament over Axiom. That matchup was a lot of back and forth, but Tony D'Angelo able to walk out, put down Axiom as big-time clothesline there from Rusev. So, Rusev going to go high risk here, but no, Christian, uh-oh. Ooh, I thought maybe Rusev was going to hit him with an axe handle, but I think Christian and Rusev, a little bit of not connected, I guess, with those, with what's really going on there. Christian was figuring he was going to help out Rusev, but, you know, little miscommunication between both men. We'll see how that fares in this matchup. As, oh my goodness, what a knee strike to the temple. But look at Rusev. That's pure adrenaline right there, ladies and gentlemen. To get just temple screwed right in the temple like that is not something that you can just easily get up from, but Rusev is a whole different animal. It's back and forth we go. Rusev just toying with the NXT champion right now. And certainly with a win over the NXT champion, that certainly would do big things for Rusev. Certainly if he were to ever drop that United Kingdom Championship, which I mean, he's going to have himself a tough test coming up this in a couple weeks' time in his title defense at Halloween Havoc. But, I mean, his first big title defense was against Madcap Moss, and then his big one now is going to be against a superstar that's been around the business a lot longer than certainly Madcap Moss. So certainly, you know, it's going to be a bigger matchup, a bigger stage for Rusev. But, you know, if this is the opportunity to show the world exactly that you belong here for a very long time, then certainly defeating the Icon Sting will certainly help out your career. Rusev is a former Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner and a former United States champion as well. So certainly Rusev has won big-time matches, and not just in singles, but certainly in tag team action. Part of Rusev Day, Rusev and Aiden English. That's now Rusev. Oh my goodness, what a headbutt. And I believe Kenny Omega may have a bleeding, a bleeder. Yes, he is. Yep, he is busted open. Looks like right in between the eyes right there. Referee might need to intervene real quickly and just check him out. It's right there. Yes, you can see that there is something definitely wrong with Kenny Omega and Rusev now. Is Rusev going to make the NXT champion tap out? Nowhere to go. Imagine how big this win would be for Rusev. Can Rusev do it? Oh, wait. Kenny Omega able to slip out of it. Kenny needs to get some offense going here, ladies and gentlemen. He has eaten quite a bit of damage. He's busted open. He's bruised. We knew this matchup was going to be very physical, but figured Kenny Omega would at least get some more offense in right now. But Rusev is one step ahead of him this whole matchup. And again, focusing on that quad and the other quad as well. Certainly going to set him up for submission holds later on in this matchup. As Kenny Omega just looking like he is going through absolute hell in this matchup, man. As a big jumping choke slam of sorts. Kenny Omega trying to get this crowd behind him, trying to get them to sweet him here, but I think Omega too focused on that and should have been going right after Rusev. Rusev is literally taking him to the woodshed right now in this match. Rusev has just brought his A game a lot better, has been more focused than Kenny, and you can't really say that you'd be surprised if Rusev wins this matchup. No offense to the NXT champion, but Rusev has put on an absolute showing tonight. Oh, we're going to see it again. A different variation of the accolade. Center of the ring. Nowhere to go for sure. And look at this. Kenny Omega having to tap out, ladies and gentlemen. What a win for Rusev. Message sent to Sting. Holy cow. Not something you'd expect to see from your NXT champion tonight. But Rusev, he's in a whole different ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Kenny Omega is just having a bad night. MJF, if you're watching this backstage, you gotta love what you saw from Kenny Omega, because Omega got dominated. You saw a lot of weaknesses in this matchup before, and Kenny Omega has already lost to MJF before. So certainly this is going to play into what MJF wants right now. And certainly we may already see a new NXT champion at Halloween Havoc, and his name may very well be MJF. Oh, wait a minute. That's MJF. Oh, MJF with a kendo stick shot. Briefly to the ribs and now to the face multiple times, and now attacking the ribs even more. Where in the hell did MJF even come from? Now he just shattered the damn kendo stick over the head of Kenny Omega. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely brutal right now. Certainly Kenny Omega just having to deal with the fight of his life, and now he's having to deal with MJF. MJF wants that world championship, and he's going to do little anything to make sure he walks out the new NXT champion. And if he has to make sure Kenny Omega doesn't even walk into the matchup 100%, MJF will certainly do that. It doesn't matter who the hell you are, MJF will certainly do it. As a double cross there out of nowhere, and MJF lays out your NXT champion to end NXT.